Hi everyone, Kaisha here. Thank you for joining me in another episode of 5D Conversations. Um, Tonight I just wanted to talk a little bit about freedom. So what is freedom to you? Food for thought. We're here on quarantine and some places are opening up and some places are not, such as the city that I live in. It's still very much on quarantine. And you start to think to yourself, like, what kind of life is this? What kind of life do you want for yourself? So I'm asking you, what is freedom for you? As souls creating a human experience, we are here to be our sovereign selves. And what does that mean? To be whole, to be abundant, to be in our bliss. And majority of the people on this planet, of the souls on this planet, they're not doing that. They're not living like that. They're not thinking like that. They're not experiencing that. I've been going through this transition in my life where it's releasing that lack mentality of, I can only afford so much and I can only have up to this much, and then after I'm pushing it. And living is pushing it. What more can I do? What more can I have? What more can I create? What more can I be? That's freedom. To be able to be who you are and design your life the way you want it to be. That's freedom, true freedom. We are taught to go to school, pay for an expensive education, get a job, buy a house, get a mortgage, get a car, get married, have kids, go to church. Did I say get a job already? Get a just over broke already. And this long laundry list of things we're supposed to do because that's the way how life's supposed to be. For who? And according to who? Because this does not make the masses happy. I know that did not make me happy. This is my life and my world that I'm creating. You should be allowed to decide what is in it and what is not in it. Food for thought. What is freedom to you? Is freedom having a certain amount of money in the bank? Is freedom having the ability to do whatever you want? And if that is the case, let's say that's the case, what is it that you want? I think when you live so small for so long, it's a challenge to think bigger. Reasonably bigger. Like, I'm not going to go from low income housing to a mansion in 6 months. But I can get a nice townhouse or a semi-detached. Freedom. What is freedom to you? My priority is to be happy. And I say that to people, and some people, the reaction is, oh, okay, well, what's that? Exactly. What is that to you? The way I'm choosing to live my life is freedom for me. And we should all be able to do that. We shouldn't have to ask someone permission to be free. You define yourself for yourself. And the only way to do that is by knowing who you are. You have to know who you are so you can determine what is freedom to you. What makes you feel free? Being an entrepreneur makes me feel free. Being able to make decisions for myself and design my life the way I want makes me feel free. Having loving and meaningful relationships makes me feel free. Being healthy makes me feel free. Having a bank account on fleek makes me feel free. So, what is freedom to you? Being my 100% authentic self, no apologies, makes me feel free.
With freedom, there comes great responsibility. With freedom, much is required. So we talk about freedom, but you have to know what freedom really is for you. And then you have to hold yourself accountable to create that freedom for yourself. We all talk about wanting freedom, but are you willing to put in the work that is required? I am really learning this now on my journey, my journey of life, my journey towards creating my freedom. It is now I'm realizing within myself that I'm free, and I have always been free. I just needed to acknowledge that, recognize it, and walk in that knowing. And with everything that's going on in the world, all these conditioning and programming, we are taught not to think that way, not to believe those things. You are a slave to something or somebody in some shape or form. Mental slavery it's global on this planet. A lot of us are in mental prisons, not thinking that we are enough, not thinking that we can accomplish things, not thinking that we can be what we really want to be, or even who we really are. And it is freeing yourself from those things takes work. It takes a lot of work and a lot of, like I said, you have to hold yourself accountable, because it's your freedom that you are fighting for. It's your freedom that you are creating. If we all fought for our freedom to create our freedom, the world would be free. We would be on a planet of sovereign beings who knows. They know this. They wear this. They own this. They talk this. And it is my mission to help others to really recognize and be free within themselves, because it starts within you. And then create a world of freedom for yourself, a world of liberty, a world of no restrictions, no restraints for yourself. You owe this to yourself. I owe this to myself. So I'm not going to stop asking you, what is freedom to you? You really need to figure out what that is. Clearly decide what you want now and put that out into the universe so that you can get what you want, and be ready to do the work. And you can do it. That's what you're here for. Right? You wouldn't be on this planet if you weren't strong enough to deal with the things that are going on. You're not given more than you can handle. It's your own belief systems that make you believe that you can't. And you really can. Remember, you just take off the apostrophe and the T, and there you got it. You can. Yes, you can. So I want to impart to you that you are free, and you do not need to ask anyone permission to be free. This whole Black Lives Matter movement and revolution, I'm here for it. 100% I'm here for it. But it's also, it saddens me because in this day and age, in 2020, we still have to be fighting for freedoms like this. Freedom to be Black, freedom to be human, freedom to be treated like a human being. So it's these revolutions. These are fighting for freedom, standing in our power and in unity for freedom for a race, freedom for self. So I encourage you all to open your eyes, open your eye, open your eye, and define freedom for yourself, because only you really know what you really need. No one can tell you. No one can even really give it to you. food for thought. Food for thought, you know. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a deep thinker. So I don't have a problem asking people these intense questions, you know, to get you to dig deep within. You know, but it's needed at times, it's needed. And it is really important for me to be free. So